Hi friends, it's Bill and you are watching Bill's Box of Sound. And this video is an excerpt from my most recent live stream that was recorded back on, when was it? November the 4th, a Saturday night. I have live streams every Saturday night about 10 o'clock p.m. Well, that is most Saturday nights. Sometimes I don't go on, and sometimes I just go on for an hour. Sometimes I go on for longer. But anyway, a lot of my live streams, I discuss a lot of things, and the live streams don't get that much viewership because they don't show up in the regular videos. So I thought I'd chop a few of them up and talk about some things and show them to you so you get a little taste of my live streams on Saturday night. Right now, I'm going to talk about the SteelyDan UHQR release of Asia. Awesome. Anyway, another reason why I am spending a lot less money on records is because I bought some very expensive records. And one of them is this one. Yeah, I am buying all of the ultra high quality SteelyDan reissues. This is Asia. It just came almost a week ago. And I've seen two reviews of it online. One of them from Michael Fremer at Tracking Angle, and the other one from Ken McAuliffe, Jan's Vinyl Lover, on YouTube. And their consensus is that this sounds unbelievably wonderful, amazing, perfect. It's the best version ever of Asia. Well, let me tell you how I feel about that in just a moment here. Oops, wrong record. Let's pull out the correct one. Here we go. All right. Now, this is the fourth one to come out. For some strange reason, the first three SteelyDan albums, Can't Buy a Thrill, Countdown to Ecstasy, and Pretzel Logic, were released in order on the ultra high quality records. And the first two, Can't Buy a Thrill and Countdown to Ecstasy, sound unbelievable. Of course, these are ridiculously expensive albums. They cost $150, and it's two records cut at 45 RPM, but they are mastered by Bernie Grundman, and just the sound is unbelievable. The separation of instruments, the detail you can hear in the instruments, the clarity, just the punch, the power, the warmth, the sparkle in these records are unbelievable. But a few months ago, the third album, Pretzel Logic, came out, and this one did not turn out as well as the first two. For some reason, this kind of just did not have the sheen that the first two did. Of course, there's still stuff that I heard on this version that I have never heard before on a SteelyDan album. It was really good, but for some reason, the original version of this album just had a bit more oomph to it. Just had some great sound. But if you are absolutely, truly hardcore SteelyDan must-have everything, I'd go ahead and buy this, but be prepared. It's not the best sounding. There's great things on here, but this one, a little bit to be desired. Now, my history with Asia by SteelyDan. In September of 1977, I went to Record Theater in North Olmsted, Ohio, and I waited until they received their shipment of this album. And I was friends with everybody who worked there, and they let me help them cut open the boxes and unpackage Asia by Steely Dan. This is my original copy that I bought the day it came out. Now, notice this here. Yeah, this is damage from years and years and years and years of carrying this around. This one was in a box that was in a flood, and this got damaged. But the record's still in perfect shape. I had it ultrasonically cleaned, and oh my God, it's great. So about a week before I knew I was going to get the ultra high quality version of this, I put this on and listened to it in detail. This album sounds, if you can find an original of this, and especially either the AB or the AAA, as like the catalog number of this album was AB-1006. And the second pressing, which came out like about 2 weeks after, and at $1 higher list price, the catalog number was AA 1006. Both of them sound great, but this one sounds just a hair better. But this sounds wonderful to this day. It's mastered wonderfully. As a matter of fact, when I was listening to it, the drum solo at the end of the title cut, Asia, some of the hi-hats just did not sound right to me. It didn't sound like the psst that you usually hear when you hit hi-hats together. It was more like a psst, psst, kind of like an F instead of a S sound coming through there. So I pulled out all my little tools and adjustments, and I completely realigned my cartridge. It made sure everything was fine all the way through, had the right overhang, the right angle, and then listened to it again, and it sounded better. So this album is a true audiophile recording, and listening to, where it is, this new version on ultra high quality record is fantastic. Now, this has also been released as a regular LP for about $30-40, somewhere around there. And you can buy this. It's from a digital file that was mastered by Bernie Grundman, the same guy who cut this directly from analog. And from what I hear, it doesn't sound bad at all. I'm not going to buy yet another copy of this album just to hear what that sounds like. I wouldn't mind getting a hold of one or borrowing one from somebody. But right now, just the sound of this album all the way through, all the tracks, Black Cow, Asia, Deacon Blues, Peg, Home at Last, I Got the News, Josie, every single track sounds unfrickin' believable on this ultra high quality record. And that's what I got to say about that. So, what needs to come out next? Well, the albums that need to come out are Katie Lied. Let's see. Let me just pull out my Steely Dan records here. Got Katie Lied. I've got both the original and the Mobile Fidelity versions of this. Can't wait to see what that sounds like, an ultra high quality record, because there are all sorts of problems in the recording and mastering process of this record that made it difficult to master. So I want to see that. And I do want to get myself a copy of... This is the very first Steely Dan album I ever owned, The Royal Scam. Love this record. At one point in time, I had a German import of this, but lost it somehow, and this is an American original. And of course, the other one is Gaucho, which I have, and it's also in a damaged sleeve. But yeah, crazy about Steely Dan all the way through. So thank you very much for watching. As they all say in the biz, like and subscribe. And if you're into some interesting music, please buy my album. It's called Beh, and it's by the group Spudlok. It's available at spudlok.bandcamp.com. And you can buy the LP right here, or you can buy the digital download of it. Whichever one you buy, I don't mind. Or if you just want to listen to a few minutes of it, go ahead and check it out there. So, thanks for watching. Had a great time. Hope you did too. I'll catch you next time.